Thank you very much. Yes, the feeling is surge for this battle, but Røkkr, maybe they can find some Major 2 form here at Major 4. Basically going to be their only hope ton, but we will have to find out. I think one of the biggest stories for this is that maybe Surge are a very different team to London, and while Surge have not looked rock solid, they certainly have looked better.
Yeah, both having very different games heading into this one, of course. Minnesota very much dealing with London in the quickest way possible. Seattle Surge did not make things easy for themselves against an LEG side that we thought they would breeze past. So what kind of game are we going to get here? It's an interesting one. Both two teams coming in different kind of moods, but both will be determined to continue their tournament here at Major 4. Both these two teams already played this map today and feeling good about it, but obviously against lower opposition. I think this will be a harder game for both these two squads when it does come down to HyDra. Holds has been a really difficult thing for both these two squads on this map, though. We need to see some rotations fall in and then actually soak up some decent time. Are the breaks going to come through? Who's going to come out on top? Let's get into it.
That is the key question. Over and over again for Seattle Surge. They've just looked dominant when it comes down to hard point. No real change here either. P1 is starting off all them, and maybe the man of the moment, or the man that Surge are going to be relying on, is their superstar. Pred, record-setting kills earlier in this tournament. Is it time for a two-peat?
Good players coming in around 10, just messing with them. Knows he's going to keep them spawning back there. Good holds coming in from Seattle already. I mean, this is just a nightmare scenario if you're Minnesota Røkkr. 5-0 from Pred already. Spawning out as far away as possible. 10 seconds to go on P1. Rotations in for Seattle Surge. It's been perfect so far. Accuracy hasn't even had to do anything. He's just chilling back down. We've got the spawns, boys. Don't worry about it. Nicely done from Seattle. That's 43 points on P1.
An insane hold and an insane start. Here's the Røkkr, a big break. Might make the difference. Oh my goodness, ton! What a reversal of fortune. Minnesota Røkkr decided to spawn into this match 60 seconds too late.
I mean, I think for Seattle, that, you know, that initial hold up towards P1, you're soaking up some good time, but when they all die off the rip, they don't have time to then push up the dome to keep Minnesota Røkkr away as far as they possibly can. Don't lose your gunfights in that scenario as best you can, but Røkkr doing a good job, find the break, and then themselves haven't had a chance to set up as good as they possibly could. Pressure's going to start soaking in, and again, here comes the break. The whole percentage that we were talking about, it's been a struggle for both these two teams, and that's coming to the forefront pretty much immediately. Minnesota Røkkr, though, 15 seconds to go here, looking like they're going to hold it down.
Now they're waiting. Flames could be for the scrap time. He is going to fall to Pred as well. Cammy having a long-range gunfight on Dome, but the most important now will be back to the back. Find Simp, because a little bit of chaos in Surge's lines. But can they capitalize? Surge will be here first.
We talk about important kills. That one may well be very valuable to Minnesota Røkkr. Bance is going to be waited on here by Pred, though, but it's a distraction. They have to send some numbers towards the back to deal with what Bance is going to prove to be a problem back here, because there's the spawn for the rest of the team. Does his job, and good spread whilst he's at it. Accuracy on a 5 spree. Got to get rid of that as quick as you can, and Bance may be the man to fill in that role. Minnesota Røkkr, really good manipulation. That's all down to Bance.
This is what they're waiting for. They still got to get some points off of it. They haven't found an awful lot recently. Scrap time here at least. We'll get them back within striking distance. But the problem for Røkkr at the moment is going to be the fact they keep being second to rotations. It is not the way to win a hard point.
I mean, Bance gets himself spawned up, rotates all the way around towards the back of P3. Gets a spawn for his team. I was about to say he's going to get the spawns for his team at P4, but accuracy will gun him out of the water. 10-5 from Pred, 6-3 from accuracy. It's going well for Seattle Surge on the slaying side of things and on the points. P4 really has been a money hill for this Seattle side. The strongest P4 team in the game. It's mostly been down to the breaks that have been following through, but the rotation is here for them again. They're about to break 100.
Now they're waiting for them. Røkkr have stacked. They've got players in the area looking to try and make some sort of break, but they fall again. A couple there from Afro and Fame may do a little bit just to keep them off the time, and that's a huge win from Fame in the end. Wow. As he continues to gun, the nade will take him out of that point, but it's the same old story. Røkkr managed to get a break in the second half of a hill. It is not enough. They need to win some rotation somewhere.
Yeah, it's been 3 uncontested points for Seattle Surge for the most part. It's nice to have the setup and actually just force Røkkr away as much as you can. Break gonna start potentially coming through again. Bance is the playmaker towards the backside. Mack's gonna have to win this gunfight. Bance has put plenty into him, but Mack answers back in turn. Now it's gonna have to be from the front from Røkkr. Seattle Surge holding.
And here comes the pressure again from Røkkr, but not finding anything as Simp goes to work and finds 2. It's slow from Minnesota here. They're worried about pushing up without the full numbers. Cammy eventually finding a kill here as well, but the score is starting to get away from them. They could do with this break ton.
Yeah, looks like they may well find a way through. Afro getting himself on board in this game. He's going to find a second here as well. And these are the moments where they need Afro to pop off. Fame is there alongside of him. Afro not there for the trades, though. Accuracy has just been an absolute monolith here for the Seattle Surge. Time and time again, putting down the damage, making the plays right alongside Pret as the player of the game. In that game number 1, Bance can't find the break. Fame may well pick up those final 15 seconds. They are sorely needed from Minnesota Røkkr. Pret says no. Really, really good first rotation hills out Seattle Surge.
And for Røkkr, they're finding nothing but scrap time. Scrap time so noticed because it can't go into the bin, which is where Røkkr are finding themselves. This is already a huge deficit for them to make up, and now they find themselves in the same position as they were at the beginning. Bad sides, no P1 control, and no P2 rotation.
Yeah, they're just worried about if accuracy continued this form. Worried for Røkkr, and rightfully so. Having a hell of a game. I mean, you look at what happens over towards that final hill. It's a majority of time going over towards Seattle Surge, and then they have the rotation for P2. They're locking down time at P1. Nothing is going right for Minnesota Røkkr right now. They need some sort of transitional hill. They need to find a full 60 somewhere along the line to make this competitive. Bance is going to find 2 to maybe find a break over towards P2, and they're actually going to get the spawn. There you go. Fortunate play from Minnesota Røkkr. They get the spawns towards the back, not covered off well enough from accuracy. Gets gunned as well. Nice transition from Røkkr. They need every single point here to make this at least a little bit close.
Is this the miracle they've been asking for? Break P1, steal P2. Problem is they've still got to hold. Seattle already filling that kill field with bodies. Røkkr, a little bit of a panic. They know they've lost a spawn already. It's a very fast break here from Seattle Surge. Fame will be the first one hit. He's in the pressure already from both sides. Down he falls. Røkkr trying to reinforce with Afro, but there are just too many Surge players here for him. Surely no! Bance and Cammy combining, clearing the lines, and now there is a possibility. Røkkr down by almost 100 points and fought back.
Spawns towards the back, helping out Minnesota Røkkr, but they held on tight. Fame did a really good job, and now Afro starting to heat up just a little bit. The conversation is quite often, Bance not finding the kills. Afro has been inconsistent this year, but when he heats up, he can mess with the best. That's the 6th spree. Cruise missile in the back pocket. Minnesota Røkkr making this interesting.
Since they are making it interesting, let's find out how they are feeling. It's a Minnesota Røkkr. Listen in.
Let's just bully front. Someone just take a route left. Someone take a route left.
I don't see shit front, but one stop.
Pretty sad.
Come, nanny top.
Let's make this scrappy, boys. Come.
I don't see shitter.
Nade it top.
Yeah, heard you.
I don't see shit.
He didn't shout top.
Top, one shot.
No, you're pretty pitch. Watch out. He's
wait, where?
Mid fucking what? Mid wall.
Still top, man. Just leave him go.
One shot.
Listen, mid wall somewhere. Probably gonna go ocean now,
Yeah,
okay?
pull dead.
Nice, let's go.
One's top.
Yeah, and it's top for you.
Time, one shot.
Top
Lamar.
Yeah, try top for you.
I'm on the steps. He's somewhere on play.
Wait, deep, Cam.
Don't see a play, he's not flat.
Go on, nice.
Yeah, he's flat, corner. Nice, man.
Are you back?
Nice.
Shout out the outer right, so you back.
Yeah, outer right.
He did it. Nice shit. I'm still over you.
Missing Mack.
Yo, block it to your spawn.
Yeah, I am.
At the
Block
back,
to your spawn,
coming.
Mabio.
Yo, 2 at the back, one's going in ocean.
Heard you. I'll get ocean. Hop up, Kev. Stay down.
There's 2 more. One more in the back.
Heard you.
Go, Kev.
Yeah, I'm playing it.
Blocking this.
Yo, no. Go through. I'm probably gonna spawn out though, okay?
Yeah, we
Make
can
sure
give up right. We can give up right if you want to play through left. I'm getting in blue, okay?
Actually,
No,
River.
I'll spawn right.
I'm guaranteed.
I've got
River.
time.
I'm hiding in blue.
Heard you.
Yo, wait, do you want me to stay P2?
I'm
Can anyone get my mid? I'll stay P2.
I'm
Make
holding River.
sure we secure out. Listen, okay, you got River? Alright, sweet.
Can anyone get mid arches?
No, I can't.
Alright, he's deep river. 2 deep river.
I'm staying down then. I sell
Yeah,
off.
one's gonna be close spawn, and then one guy is like on the scaff. I spawned
Yeah,
P5.
he's to be close. I'm trying to sell off, bro.
I don't see anything on the right, you know? Nothing mid.
Mid, watch out, front P2.
Yeah, outer boys, Mack.
Front P2.
Sell off.
Back P2, Brad.
I'm gonna shoot this. I'm gonna shoot this.
Play
Yeah,
life,
sell off. I'm just gonna shoot you straight away, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, listen. One's back on right, one's in time, like outside time. One's P2, and one's on mid. In blue. Mid you blue.
Blue her. Simp.
Yeah.
And probably the most frantic combinations we've heard from Minnesota Røkkr all season. They are feeling the frustration. They are feeling the stress here in this game already. Cammy will catch one to the face, but they almost had this rotation and they needed it. But Seattle Surge were able to get a break and they move into lethal range.
Yeah, they need to make sure they rotate over towards P5. It's already accuracy there, ready and waiting. Røkkr just trying to get as much scrap as they can. I was saying to you whilst the comms were going a full 60 here, you take the lead. It's now about rotation again. It's a couple of hills that they managed to string together to make this interesting, but I can't believe Afro's not checking that. It's where Bance sits and accuracy. Picking up the kill, spawns towards the back for your teammates as well, but then the spawns there for Minnesota Røkkr too, so things getting a little bit mixy towards the back. These fights need to be won by Røkkr, but Simp is lining them up. Seattle Surge can close it out here over towards P5.
And it's always been a half step too far from Røkkr. They need everything here, and accuracy waits patiently just to bury them into the HyDra River, where they have belonged for the majority of this map. Nothing for Røkkr has gone right. The rotations have been late. The breaks have been sloppy. And Seattle Surge have had a game. Just when you thought you could turn it around, there's been not a lot here.
Not much to talk about for Røkkr. One more final opportunity. Accuracy has put them to the sword from the minute go. They're not going to be able to win it over towards P5, but it may well be done as we head back into a third rotation of hills. But that's two rotation of hills where Seattle Surge have beaten Minnesota Røkkr to an absolute pulp. 1-0 to Seattle, and deservedly so. Flawless performance.
I felt like maybe I was a bit too hard on Minnesota there, but realistically, they had some big plays, but they were doing it most of the time after the rotation. You got to give them credit for breaking the hills in the way they did, but the fact they had to consistently break that often over and over again, even the time when they rotated and we saw them go to P4, lost it pretty quickly, lost the points. It could have been a very different story. Credit to playing it close.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned at the top of the game, it was all about the holds. Who was going to manage to hold down those hills when they did find those rotations? Røkkr, like on occasion, especially in the second rotation of hills, P4, P5, you kind of had the rotation, but big break from accuracy, especially over towards P5, and then Seattle Surge coordinating themselves very well over towards P4, which was a full 4-man rotation, lockdown for a good 10 seconds before Seattle were even anywhere near. There was some signs of life from Røkkr, but for the most part, it just felt like Seattle in firm control all the way through. Accuracy has been impressing me to no end this week so far. This stage in general, over 3,000 damage from that man. Scary prospect for the rest of the league right now.
And to be perfectly honest, considering how P1 and P2 went, it's a big play by Røkkr to get back into it. It was terrifying when you saw Røkkr fight back from the very last all the way. And there were, like you said, Ton, opportunities, signs of life, potential. But that's all it ended up being, potential. You look how far they were behind, and you say, hey, maybe if they didn't have to fight through the front of hills a few less times, it could have been a different scoreline.
I mean, at one stage, they were about 90, 100 points behind. This was a nice hold over towards P2 from Røkkr. The transition towards P3 was really nice as well. So when Afro started popping off, then Røkkr started getting some points underneath their belt. I think it was about a 10-point difference at best at one stage. And then from there, I mean, accuracy was letting the spot twice. He played them like an absolute fiddle towards the back. The AR's combining well. There's the second one for good measure. Nicely done. And it's every single time that you see Seattle heading over back towards P1, you think about those P2 rotations constantly. You look towards Dome, number 6 accuracy, sitting on top of it every single time. Too easy for the rest of the team to then just have to do their jobs, fill in the gaps, get the rotation, find the kills. You got Fred, Sib, and Mack on your team alongside accuracy as well. It follows just so easily. Wonderful play from Surge. Great map number 1. And after the defeat to FaZe, looking pretty good on HyDra. Minnesota Røkkr now backs against the wall. It was always going to be a difficult map number 1 though.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, it doesn't help when you've got accuracy just putting up numbers like that. You expect it most of the time out of Preds, the way this team plays, but it's different when you just cannot get past that player. As we go on to the S&D, it has been woes for Seattle Surge. Their statistics do not match up as well as it could do. But they are the favourite team still coming into this matchup. A lot of people have lost faith in Røkkr recently.
Yeah, it's such a strange one because, you know, we were doing spaces through the week talking about Røkkr, and you've got fans coming in asking, like, you know, what's going on, man? Because you look at this roster on paper, it should be brilliant. Like, look, Fame's come in, he's definitely impressed. But you think of Bance and Cammy together, their legacy in Toronto Ultra, how well they played over the past couple of years, how solid they looked. And then you add in Afro in the sense of that young up-and-coming serious slayer from the UK, you've got that good mix of players, that good mix of talent. For me, I just thought this would be a team who are rocking in the top 6 for the majority of their consistency is what I thought I would see. We haven't seen the search and destroy level we thought we would see. We haven't seen the teamwork that we thought would transpire with this roster. However, this search and destroy map, I don't hate for them. Seattle Surge did not look brilliant on it last time around. Minnesota may well only have a 1-3 record, but they haven't played this map with Fame yet. I'm wondering if they've got something new to bring to the table. Can they watch what happened with Seattle up against LAG beforehand and take some positives from that?
And that's what they'll be hoping on. Is there life in Røkkr here? And while we can be negative, while we can talk about stats, there is pressure for both these teams. Seattle do not want to go out at this point, and neither do Røkkr. Røkkr want the points. They've already seen their rivals, realistically, in the Legion fall. 10 points here would be extra sweet if they can find it. And as this starts off a little bit slow, playing for position.
No trophies available to either side, so a fast hit over towards A is... well, not exactly desirable. That's a fat nade in Cammy's face, and he will have to back on down. But Fame, watching over, will deal with accuracy. So they know he does usually play down the street side, but will they be aware that Mack has pushed up as well? Now, the two teams committing towards that A side just yet, but Røkkr thinking about it now. Pred trying to make a move. Bance will back him down. Versus 3 as Mack will find Cammy on the flank. This probably has to be a fast plan from Røkkr now.
And Bance is giving up top here. He's going for side. He might be able to find a kill, and he will find one as well. But Pred is now amongst the pigeons. He's up here, and he will take down Bance. The 2 versus 2. The bomb will be down for Røkkr. But there are monsters lurking.
Pulling towards the back if you're Røkkr. Just watch over the bomb. Don't have to do anything too silly. Pred is always going to be looking to try and find that angle. You need to start moving quickly. 25 seconds.
Trying to figure out where that second player is. They don't know. They haven't seen him. They're trying to figure out where Afro has gone. They may have heard a sound cue there as well. Afro with the dead silence though. Coming around, needs to win the gunfight, loses it to Simp. And that defuses easy for their Pred in the end. And they spent so long breaking it down. Fame was fighting for his life.
No information for Simp there. The dead silence was popped. It's a 50-50 guess. Please say that, is it? Is it really? He could have pushed through double doors. He could have pushed through open, closed. Simp guesses correctly. I wonder if he maybe did have a little sound cue on him, but finds the gunfight. Impressive from Simp. And lucky there for Røkkr. You know, if you go and play up against Surge's weaknesses on this map, only 17% of the time are they retaking sites when the bomb has went down. That number will now rise. First one we've seen in quite some time.
Røkkr aggression. However, they can see Fame just teasing the corner. It's a double setup! I like that. Afro and Bance combining, making sure they win the gunfight regardless. Next move, what do?
You probably want to get out the corner though. Straight in, flies its way through, and all of a sudden you're dead. What is that break from Pred? Accuracy is the one who gets the one in the corner. Pred gets out completely scot-free after the kill. 3 versus 2 now. Shots raining in. Good shots from Cammy. Will get out as well. Well played from the Scotsman. 2v2.
And with the dead silence popped, he's looking to make a play. He knows bomb will be down. Calling on Fame to make sure they don't rotate. He's already going to see one. Cammy again. And accuracy's going to stick it. The Iceman cometh.
Zone, but Cammy spotting him out. Here comes the push. Nice retake from Røkkr off the back of Cammy. Finds 2. Gets a nice angle up towards the side. Double doors wide open. Thank you very much, Simp. The first one's the most important one, though. Finds that gunfight. Opens up the play. Nicely done from Minnesota Røkkr. It was slow and steady from Seattle. Not too sure about that 2-man stack in the corner. If I'm frank. Worked out for the first kill, but I'd like to see them move after. Win the round anyway, though. You jog it up. Move on. Røkkr very much in this one, Bryce.
They are. It's a long way to go on the S&D, though. Fighting for their lives in this tournament. People always ask. I feel like these are some of the biggest games. Teams do not want to go out in this position, especially with what it means this late in the season. The race for champs fully underway.
It's a great opportunity for Røkkr to extend the lead over Vegas Legion as well. Seattle Surge, I think, will be okay. Into this round, though. Afro playing in around the area where you will typically see Pred linger. He's found himself up into the top art now. Minnesota Røkkr thinking about making a plant over towards it. Pred may well be there to disrupt. Is Cammy going to read this? Yes, he is. Shots are in. Pred will have to dip.
And that's his dead silence, also slowly ticking away. He still wants to use it, still wants to make it, but Bance will find him. A 3 versus 4. The take is coming through as well, but Bance and Afro combining. Accuracy will get that trade onto Cammy. Bomb going to go down, and Simp is there at the same time. They've let him through. And the bomb is not down. Afro's actually going to go for the ninja plant with it active.
That was a 2v4. That was a 2v4. That's Seattle Surge just managed to clutch up there. I mean, I kind of just don't understand why that bomb is going down to the right-hand side of the site there. Just sit behind the bomb. Sib's got the freest kill when he chooses to peek it through close. The gunfights go down over towards the backside as some aggression comes through from Røkkr. Miscommunication across the board there. Me feels it's one of those moments here you can give Seattle props, but they were kind of offered that one up on a silver platter, Bryce.
Yeah, that is going to be a round that might come back to haunt them. Røkkr had all the opportunities, but just couldn't convert it. Too many lives given over to Simp. Opportunity to tie this one up, though. Already you can see Seattle Surge just checking that Røkkr haven't gone aggressive on the site again.
Seattle Surge dotting their I's, crossing their T's before they get this one down. There it comes, though. Minnesota Røkkr will have to find a 4v4 retake. Imagine accuracy all the way towards the back. This will be a difficult one, but Fame will find the first one onto Mack, and I think that must have been through the door. Simp now holding up top rails, such an important spot.
They're waiting for it as well. They're trying to apply pressure at the same time. Minnesota looking for all the angles, and eventually the squeeze is paying for them. But Predator's alone. He's fighting for everything he has, but you're going to know they're on the defuse, and he has to get through the gauntlet, and down he falls to Afro. They call it correct this time, and you have to give credit to Fame. Finds that first blood, cuts off one of the tools that Seattle Surge wanted to keep that pressure away.
And honestly, I think as well, you know, you have that kill from Fame, which kind of looked unrealistic from where we were seeing the arrows moving around the minimap in the bottom left corner, but much just wall banged as the player moves away. So then that sets up the play for Bance to take his time up top. They've got plenty of time. They find that kill initially straight off that bomb plant going down, puts you in such a good spot because you're not rushing around trying to find these picks. Bance could take his time from top art, pick one up top rails, and then from there, it's pretty much all she wrote. But this is a B hit coming straight off the rip, and it's going to be a killer piece from both these two teams so far. Civ and Pred combining, though. Cammy having to back down. The B hit hasn't necessarily worked, but Bance has had a free run through it.
He is, but can he find anything from it as well? And that's going to be all done and dusted. Tear that page out of the playbook and set it on fire. It does nothing for them.
I mean, I think the unfortunate circumstance there for Røkkr is that Seattle have read it perfect. I mean, quite often you will see some teams send over one over towards closed, one over towards open, but there was actually a couple of players over towards, well, P1 on Fortress, Hardpoint towards the trucks. And then from that instance, it's just about who's going to win the 50-50 gunning, who's there first. This time around, it was Seattle. So that's that. Good work in the previous round from Røkkr, kind of just throwing away there. That's a bit of a disappointment one, but back on to the game now. Screw your heads back in and see how we're going to get away with this one. Røkkr stacking over towards closed accuracy, laying the bullets down, and Pred cleaning up from the flank. He will get traded, but it's a 2-for-1 for Pred.
Bance trying to do something on the inside, but it's not going to find Simp, surely, and Simp will get out clean. Disaster there for Bance. They 2 versus 4, or 2 versus 3. 2 versus 2. He's going to go down, and it's just Cammy left alive. Has to check the back, has to check every single angle. It's not going to be easy for him, but he drills Mack straight in the forehead. Simp is looking to see whether or not he's defusing. Does he pick double doors, or does he pick the back? Pick double doors, and time is now on his side, Tom.
Yeah, Cammy could have been defusing, so Sib did have to come over and check. Cammy just being resolute. Sib just playing the angle. Cammy's got to go for it. Sib will check it, but just about in time. The gunfight comes through. Impossible for Cammy. Got to go searching. No dead silence at that scenario. Nothing you can really do. Does great
convinced
to
he
pick
was
off
gonna
Mack.
go to the back.
Yeah, he does great to pick off Mack over towards the backside. And he's convinced he's going to go to the back because that's where the bomb is planted for. It's the default, right? I mean, you send accuracy towards the back truck, you get the bomb down, he can watch it. It's accuracy. He'll stay alive, he'll win his gunny. But Sib in that situation plays the off angle, so he can get some information on the site, find the picks, find the shots. They may not be clean ones, it may not be a clean angle, but it's enough of an angle to find the gunfight. 4-2 surge now, a little bit of breathing room.
For Røkkr, this is everything they don't want. Every single game they have remaining left of this season is about getting the champs. A win here could potentially be the difference. But Seattle Surge don't care. They have no mercy. They want this, they want it done, they want to get further in this tournament.
The stun check comes out from Cammy to allow him to make his move up towards top rails, and that might get Minnesota Røkkr into gear, but this might just do something a little bit more. Pred finds one, Fame able to answer back immediately. Seattle Surge, they smell blood in the water. There's a lot of them here, but that nade may just deter them. Røkkr yet to get the bomb down. They made a couple of small movements, but Bance, is he going to be the one to break open this play for Røkkr? Time is running out.
It is so much time being burned, and Fame has to now back off. Seattle are ready to retake. They're sitting on the cusp of this site for so long. And time is going against them. It's already going to be one down as well. Cammy and Bance have to move. It's just Cammy left. Nothing there for Røkkr. They never had control. They never had the confidence. And Seattle Surge are now 5-2 up in the S&D.
I mean, Seattle's just sit back the entire round there. They don't need to really force anything. With time running down, you know the opposition, I think, to themselves, right, okay, we've got to get the bomb now. We've got to do something. The comms will start to get frantic. Two players were up top corner window for an instance for Minnesota Røkkr there, and it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to send somebody on the flank to try and break things open here? Are you going to get the bomb down? Indecisiveness from Røkkr is costing them here. 5-2. Need to find a bit of a swing. Cammy with the first blood, Bance with the second, Finn with another, so that's a good round to get underneath your belt, unless Pred can do something about it.
Pred pulls off the 1 versus 3. It might as well just write the ticket for Røkkr home already. Won't find anything though. Røkkr get one back on the board. They will need to do this 3 more times without loss to take this map.
Well, previously with LAG and Seattle, we did see LAG with a 5-2 lead, and things got very, very tense. We didn't quite see that round 11, but the comeback was on from Surge. Can they be more resolute than LAG potentially were? LAG, of course, eventually did close things out, but yeah, honestly, I would like to see Røkkr maybe go for a couple of more plants, get that thing down quickly. It's a hard retake for Surge. Yeah, okay, they may have found one already. An attacking round with potential, but they've sent it over towards the B side, but they haven't brought the bomb with them.
Oh no, Røkkr, Bance is just staying alive.
Or was
the
that the
Surge
play?
are everywhere. There's no bomb. They have B site control, but nothing else.
But this might actually play into their hands because Seattle Surge are going to start coming over, and all they're going to come over to is gunfights. They found Bance towards the back, and unless they get eyes on the bomb, which is what Cammy was going to retrieve, then it's a difficult situation. But do they still not know that the bomb is missing? And this might just play into Røkkr's hands somehow, some way.
Afro's going to fall as well, and I know we're saying maybe ifs and buts, but not having the bomb but getting to B, it feels like they've let this one slip through their hands. It's butter on the fingers. It's bomb in no man's land. And it's Fame in a 1 versus 2.
You tell me to try and sell the dream, Brycey. I was trying to believe that that was a tactical element, leaving the bomb behind. I don't think it was, but he will get it down anyway. For all that presence over towards the B side. Yes, Seattle might be scratching their heads here. A couple of kills coming over towards B. Okay, well, the bombs went down to there. What the hell?
Fame,
no info.
Yeah, Fame will have dead silence. He's going to watch the cross as well. They're going to look for it at the same time. Problem is, they now know where he is. Dead silence popped, bomb being defused. It's a long route for him. Is it going to be enough time? He's behind the bomb and he gets it! And now just has to play his life. Pred versus Fame. One chow, one opportunity, one gunfight, and Pred gets it. Does he get there in time? I don't
think he
know.
got it. I don't think he got it.
Oh no! Fame pulls off the 1 versus 2. But it is the microseconds that matter.
Oh, Røkkr can laugh about it now. Fame pulls them out of a sticky situation there. It's such a shame as well because Røkkr actually broke through towards B very well, had control of the site pretty much from the get-go. That would have been a free plant and, well, it probably would have been the same outcome. A round win for Minnesota. It's now 5-4. Getting a little bit scary for Seattle now. What's the play going to be in this next round? Is it all-out aggression? Minnesota Røkkr sit tight. Look at this from Surge. Afro's getting aggressive as well.
Are they in position? Afro's peeked corner a few times. And Pred has been there watching, and this is the time. Dead silence popped. Afro moving. Gonna see Pred, but not gonna win the gunfight. The timing is just slightly off. Bance is up here too as well, but they haven't pushed him.
Sib will be waiting. There you go. There's the kill on the Bance. And there's the kill on the Cammy. Sib was there backing up Pred for that initial kill, but now it's Fame for the 1v4 to keep Røkkr in the S&D.
And he's already taken bullets. They know his exact position. They are going to push him down, and he will fall. Seattle Surge, the S&D to them. It's a 2-0 series.
Disappointment on the face of Bance. It's one of those maps. A 6-4 scoreline. Seattle Surge played their situationals well for the most part and will be happy with the win. But I think Minnesota Røkkr will look back at that and say we had a couple of opportunities to take rounds there. A few moments that just did not go their way. Some of them that did. I'm not saying that Røkkr have thrown that one away by any stretch, but there's a couple of rounds here and there they feel they've left on the table, Bryce.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit disappointment for Røkkr. There was opportunities in abundance, really, but hey, Sib and Pred, the duo doing what they do best.
Just big plays from Pred constantly on this map, isn't it? The 12 and 7. I mean, the damage is not quite there because I think he's so clean in and out, isn't he? Save accuracy, laying it down through the gates on many occasions with those tags. For Pred on this map, it's just such a nightmare to deal with. Is he coming bottom out? Is he coming top out? Is he making the plays through gate? It's so many different opportunities, so many different places that he can push from. And now it's a 2-0 lead for Seattle Surge. Minnesota Røkkr will be feeling confident heading into an LOC of control that they are yet to lose this season. But you wouldn't have wanted to head there 2-0 down. A lot of work to do for Røkkr now.
Yeah, there certainly is. Is a reverse sweep even plausible? We're going to have to find out. Here comes Control next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Call of Duty League. gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live with a game. It's Minnesota Røkkr versus Seattle Surge. And it's 2-0 to the Surge. But we go onto a map, a unique map, a control map. And one team is undefeated on ton.
The only, and the shout out Jeremy Stubb for this one, actually. I was pretty sure that was correct, but just letting me know, the only undefeated map from any team, full stop. And it's Minnesota, of course, with LSELO control. Surprising that this got through. Seattle's record is good though, it's 7-3. I mean, look, for the first 2 rounds against LAG, they looked like an undefeatable team on this map. The next couple of rounds weren't exactly as saucy, but looking towards these statistics, they stand out here at 90% defensive round win percentage for Minnesota Røkkr. You have to bring it up. You have to bring it up.
Yes,
I'm sitting there in the watch party now, just eye twitching.
Oh, it's 2 a.m. in the UK, but it's much, much earlier in Ohio. And that means we have games aplenty. Time to go on to the control. We're on board with the attacking team to begin with. It's Seattle Surge.
You said games aplenty, we might only have one more map. I mean, if Seattle Surge come out swinging like they did against LAG, it's going to be tough for Røkkr here. Starts to the defensive side of things though, just a line across the map, lock it down, but somebody who's been locking it down this entire stage is accuracy. 2-0 to kick things off. And here we go, a route through for Seattle Surge towards B.
And they're going to find something they do not want to take this very, very quickly. Accuracy still alive. You can see Minnesota Røkkr trying to move through the middle, but they found Pred inside as well. There's too many bodies here. Surely that first thing is done. That might be it. Only Afro, but Afro gets 2. Falls to Pred. It still might not be enough. The second tick for B is falling. And Seattle Surge are probably sitting there with grins.
Well, I mean, Seattle Surge do all the hard work around field and then say to Pred, yeah, get yourself inside and see what you can do. It's absolute nightmare fuel for Minnesota Røkkr. Pred finds 4 in a row and B is gone in an instant. It's a full solid 2 minutes for Seattle Surge to now converge over towards A, and the positive for them as well as they can get themselves up to plat. You can see Minnesota Røkkr are haphazardly pushing out of their spawn because they know they can get pinned in, and now Afro's going to put the shots in, but not quite enough. Doesn't finish his dinner. Pred's 5-0 is under lock and key from Seattle Surge. This one's going up quick.
And they're going to stack it because they know these players are not close. The second tick is through. The third tick is seconds away. Through the door, into the ground. And Seattle Surge, again, it's a fast attacking round for them. It is not slow. It is not steady. It is a blitz. And Røkkr have felt it the same that LAG did.
And what Seattle do just brilliantly, which a lot of teams... well, do tend to do, is the default play. When you get a hold of B, what they did so well there is just push up towards plat. It just has to be one player. Because then if you can, yeah, okay, admittedly, Minnesota Røkkr are going to have some players over towards A. They're going to be trying to lock that down. But because a couple of them have just died so recently as you pick up B, they're spawning over towards the back left side. It's then easy to just pin them in. Then you have the number advantage. You can win the gunfights from there. Easier said than done, of course. But can Minnesota Røkkr answer back? As far as their attacking round percentage, though, it's pretty much average. The defensive rounds are where they have really relied on. When it has come down to LSELO control, they lose the first one. It's not a good sign. Røkkr plenty of pressure over towards the A side, though. Want to extend this time as soon as they can. Seattle Surge lingering in a few different positions.
Mack ready to attack. Here he goes. There's one, but doesn't find anything else. Afro finds 2 as well. They're keeping this one alive. Accuracy has been sat radio tower for half of an ice age. Eventually moves off of it and finds a kill, but he isn't stopping A anytime soon.
What you can do about it from up there if the players position themselves correctly. You can just stop the reinforcements finding a way in. Pred, not much he can do from that position either. Afro very much butted up, but that should be A. Challenges out, gets his 5th, won't get his 6th. Can they translate this pressure up from A? That I thought they would have capped. They haven't quite done it yet. No, they will. Can they translate this over towards B, though? 2 players to hit the flank. 2 players hitting from the front. Big gunfight going on over towards blue. Afro looks like he's just gun accuracy. Plenty of pressure from Røkkr towards the back as well. Yeah, Bance is messing with things back here.
All the snake in the world isn't going to save you when you're in no man's land with no support. And 3 players looking. Has had a great start, 1-7 here, Bance, but Afro 9-5, taking his fair share, more than his fair share. Shoulder's got to be strong.
Shot's not quite there. Accuracy of Pred. combining now as well, and Cammy, he'll be called out. They know exactly where he is. Pred's going to go on a merry little dance all the way over to up top. Cammy trying to lock this man down. Many in the league cannot do it. Cammy has slipped the net though. Minnesota Røkkr have got enough time where they can force their way around the outside. Good shots coming in from Camp. 4 and 6 out of him. Looking to try and step it up as a push coming in over towards B once more.
Seattle Surge still have some prime positions. Top AC. Green is also going to be for them. Cammy is hunting. He is looking for some of these players. He's going to find accuracy as well. With 2 down, Pred back into spawn. This falls on Mack. He will be the player on the flank, and they should know he's not here.
In the stack, it's here, and it may well just be the nail in the coffin. Mack will get taken down on the flank, and here come the rest of Seattle Surge. I don't think they're going to be here in time. Minnesota Røkkr just need one opportunity. It's a really good round from them. It's also just about the play from Cammy. Goes searching for Pred, doesn't find him, but sees an open door down the left-hand side. Finds a kill on transition, takes down accuracy, and all of a sudden Minnesota Røkkr just snap into action. Straight onto the point, and yeah, Mack may well be behind you, but it's so readable. When you find 3 kills towards the front, yeah, what's the last guy going to be? It's probably on the flank. They read it correctly, find the kill, find the round. Nicely done from Minnesota.
Well, let's see how this continues. The attacking rounds have been pretty straightforward. For Seattle Surge, it was all of them. For Minnesota Røkkr, it was mostly Afro having that knife fight in and around A. Just players keep challenging him close, and he can't take them away, and he's doing it again. Finds the 2, Fame finds the 3rd. 1 player left, it's accuracy. They'll know where he is, and down he falls.
Pressure now can be put on from Minnesota Røkkr. You can find another wave of kills, force yourself up, especially over towards this B side. In just a little bit more of an advanced position. Bance may well be 2 and 9. It's the double beat down onto Pred to make it 3. He's in a good position to rack up some kills here, though. Bryce, he can go farming. Or not.
No, he's not been shooting well, so might as well use the fists, I suppose. But at the moment, Seattle Surge find themselves in a stalemate. Røkkr have taken away map control. Afro, with the dead silence, looking to go farming. We'll see a player out there in the distance, but Bance will get it with a nade first.
Just staying alive in this position is as valuable as anything else for Minnesota Røkkr. Pred trying to make something happen up towards A. Mack holding his hand and finding a way through. SMG Joe. A little bit of presence over towards this side now. Afro is going to find a flank. All the rest of the team here to pinch with him, though.
Here it comes. They've been waiting. They've been patient. I wonder if they're waiting for more players. That second tick is going to come in here before Minnesota Røkkr really get into anything as well. Afro's going to fall. Cammy will find something, but that 3rd tick should go forward. And Mack goes for it as well, but no, A is not found. 27 seconds to go. It is going to be hot feet all over here for Seattle Surge. They must move.
Yeah, can't take your time now. Have to find a hit. A seems the most likely opportunity to extend that timer. Simp has found a gunfight over towards the B side, though, so Røkkr may well just send some reinforcements back over towards it, which might give you a free route through if you're Mack. He's here alongside Bance for Røkkr, who will get taken down. That should now be it for the side of Surge. Are Røkkr going to challenge this?
I don't think so. It's gone. 19 and 14. 1 minute 10 on the clock for Seattle Surge. We've seen them do this before. Get a little bit of inside control, win a few kills, straight onto B. Mack hunting for Cammy, but COD timing it goes against him. And now Seattle Surge have decided to use this time to see if they can find some kills.
I kind of want to give some props over towards Simp as well. He hits over towards B straight off the rip when they're still pushing over towards it to extend that time. And well, I may have to actually speak about what he did so well in just a second, because Seattle Surge have actually found a route onto it just far too easily. Røkkr all at sea. Bance has to do something about it. He gets taken down, and for all it was a good start to this defensive run from Røkkr, they're flailing now.
They really are, and Pred calls in the cruise. Afro will find one onto Mack. He slows it down just a little bit. Simp trying to fight for his life. Needs to keep alive. Dives out of it with 35 health. The Cammy will eventually find him. Røkkr arrive just in time. And it felt like such an anticlimax, but Røkkr were able to get there in the end. But Mack finds 2. Cammy still alive on the B point. Falls to accuracy. 26 seconds left to go. Accuracy must get onto the point. The rest of Seattle are here as well. And downfall Røkkr. It's done. That's another attack for Seattle Surge.
And again, these stats for Minnesota Røkkr, we talk about these defensive rounds being so strong from them typically. Another one falls to Surge. It's just the kills that come in at the absolute wrong time if you are Røkkr. And what Simp I want to talk about was what he did so well. they spawned up towards the green side, and he just pushes up towards field. He says, okay, well, there's not much time. Maybe I can get a jump. But as he finds a kill, Røkkr then have to rotate men back, making it free over towards A. And Røkkr can't push up that field side. They can't get set up in as deep as they would like to, which makes it easier for Surge to kind of just walk through secret and find a couple of kills. I mean, it sounds as simple as possible, but it's all from Simp just putting that little bit of pressure on. Made Røkkr have to readjust. They didn't readjust correctly. Seattle Surge now on the defensive side to close out the series. Røkkr gonna have to find 2 back-to-back rounds.
Bance with the dead silence is looking to find accuracy. And he will find it as well. Cammy combines. Is this easy now? Bance with the melee AR is going to try and thread the needle versus Simp, but just cannot get those kills down.
As long as he's staying alive, though. Making it difficult for Surge to try and find a retake. It's all good and well. Having your SMGs, being able to do something about these players inside the point, but you've got to get there without being botted up. Bance, alongside of Fame. I'm not going to need to do anything because Seattle Surge have given it up. Look at that mid-map control that they're trying to keep a hold of, though. These next few kills are going to be important.
Cammy getting straight over here as well. There's only been 4 kills total. Bance will find a second. Cammy still trying to stay alive. Has a little bit of reinforcements coming through, but they're going to be taken from basically every single angle here in the end.
Well, Spawn's coming through, helping out the side of Surge. I think it's probably because of the push coming in from Bance over towards that left-hand side. But he's trying to farm players off the respawn. Pred and Mack are able to answer. Cammy does get rid of Mack, but Pred reading that one. Knows Bance is behind him. Get rid of him as soon as you can. Now a good opportunity for Pred to push up towards the bar side. He can start farming himself here now. No worse of a player for Minnesota Røkkr to be pushing into bar run. Now going to find him, though. Caught with his pants down. Afro will find one. Now the push can start to flow through for Røkkr. A couple of more kills, and you're looking at a dangerous situation for Seattle.
First tick is through, but they lost a few players for it as well. And Bance is on Overwatch. And they are right at the back there as Simp shreds the wall to pieces and eventually finds him. Bance gets wall banged.
I think Pred's the crucial player here. Yeah, you got to get rid of Simp and Accuracy, who are on disgusting spots. But Pred in this position will slow them down to no end. You can see Røkkr, you can see number 3, number 1, Fame and Bance all looking for him. They know he's going to be lingering around here. Stun check not going to come through. They haven't a clue where he is. And eventually, with time whittling down, they'll have to give up the ghost and just hope they can turn and burn when the time does come down to it.
They're looking for him, Fame, trying to figure out where Pred is, but Pred is sneaky, and Pred is laying down. A few team kills have gone down, but there's nothing for Røkkr. Not a present, not a whisper. Maybe not a hope or a prayer. 33 seconds left. Maybe one big push left in them. If not, it's goodbye. It's sayonara.
Røkkr just forgive or forego the field side of the map. They wanted to go through the middle and just see if they can find some sort of piercing attack, but it may well just be this final opportunity. Bance can find one. Is that going to open things up? Bance is going to find a second. The rest of Røkkr have got to get there to help him. 10 seconds.
And Mack's just laying in wait, just trying to make sure that nothing happens, but Bance actually gets the third. And they've got onto this one big push here. Pred is out. He's going to find a player off the respawn and now swing into position, but Cammy will take him down. Can they survive the onslaught? There's too many players as Bance finds a force P. And he's just going to be alone. It's not going to be enough. Surely Bance finds a 5. It's one of the greatest performances we've seen from him in the entire series. Surely not. The Bance has made the difference here for Røkkr and kept them alive. We're going to a 5.
I mean, Bance just pulls it out of absolutely nothing. He's the only one that doesn't get cut down finding his way through the middle of the map. Gets himself into tin and creates something out of absolutely nothing for Røkkr. It didn't seem like there was a hope or a prayer there. Bance finds a couple of kills, just opens it up. And then the routes become a little bit clearer. The opportunity presents itself. And Minnesota, I mean, how on earth they managed to pull that one out? I have no idea, but it's all about Bance and that play towards the back.
Nobody had that happening. Nobody thought that was real. Bance finds 5, and they find the point with seconds to spare. It's defense for Seattle. It's attack here for Røkkr. Their unbroken record rests on 1 round.
Attacks all the way through. So I suppose Røkkr, are they on the better side? Who really knows at this stage? They took that one away from the jaws of defeat. Cammy just trying to stay alive with accuracy up top tower. Always going to be an issue. He can just go for the retake here. Pred, I'd imagine this does get cleaned up at some stage. Cammy still alive and kicking.
Eventually will fall. Not the reinforcements they want for. Actually, has been sitting pretty up top for so long. And Afro will get back in here. For Seattle Surge, there is a question reverberating around the heads. Do we swing back in away in time, or do we give it up? It looks like Predator said, hey, I'm swinging. Dead silence is pops. Man is moving. And he's going to move straight back in the cover. He's like, yeah, maybe we don't take this. Maybe we don't. We're going to be. It'll be fine.
Doesn't want to waste his dead silence, which actually has just inevitably been wasted. Can't find that push through. Røkkr now trying to set themselves up along the A side of the map. Want to try and pick them apart. Seattle Surge on the right position. They are ready for it. Big win from Pred. Afro in these positions is a pain. You could already see Bance has actually turned around. He's looking for accuracy. He knows somebody's going to be towards that green side. There's the information. Afro will try and find them as the rest of the players from Minnesota Røkkr try to create something in the spawn. They may well be going back straight to their own. Back in accuracy, finding the kills. Good defensive hold over towards the B side. So far from Surge.
There might be a little bit of hope, and it's winging its way on in. Matt's been hurt as well. Simp hears it, and Fame cannot find it. The problem for Røkkr is that Seattle Surge have taken map control away. They've got Pred lurking and murking. He is just killing his way through this team, and every time he does it, it delays them by just a little more.
The kill coming in from Bance, though. They can force them back a little bit. Sibinco now have to do their jobs and lock it down with the ARs. Grenades heading in over towards the flat. Accuracy will be minorly distracted. Afro can find another. Minnesota Røkkr clawing their way up the map at the moment. Pricey, a little bit of control belongs to them now.
Time stopped. Mack in a prime position, but Afro guns him. They've still got players in the outfield. It will be Pred that falls down. Accuracy trying to play his life. He's trying to keep the pressure on so his teammates can help him out, but won't find anything. Afro versus Simp on the outside, and Afro again. It's two players for Røkkr on this one as well. Reinforcements flooding for Surge. Cammy finds Mack. Accuracy still at the top. Has to reposition the window, but it doesn't matter. Røkkr have found the control. They are still undefeated. They are still in the series and the tournament. That is unbelievable. Seattle open up incredibly again on the control, only to fall by the wayside. And somebody go and hug Bance, because that round, he saved them from oblivion.
We talk about the impactful plays that man makes. And hell yeah, we're from the UK and we will be slightly biased towards Ben Bance always and forever. But those are the kind of players.
Wasn't very good for most of it.
No, he wasn't. But then that's the difference maker. He may well be 17 and 25. But if he doesn't make that play, if he doesn't have the foresight to push forward and just stay where he is, start to try and force them away from the back to create those routes for his team to get through, they lose the game, they're out of the tournament, they're heading home. He brings it out of nothing. And it's those kind of plays why he is still involved in the CDL. It's not about the numbers, it's about the important kills that flow through. Big plays from Bance alongside of it. Minnesota Røkkr back into this series all of a sudden. Things could get a little bit scary for Seattle Surge.
All right, well, that was an incredible control. Messy, but great. Here's the scuff play of the game. It's round 5. It's the very final push. You can see here now they found everything they needed. Afro was making kills. We didn't expect him to get done.
Popping up when he needs to. Finds one onto Mack, and it's just such a dangerous position, especially when you see Pred fall on the flank. That's always just such, I want to say, a catalyst to getting the retake in if you are a defensive team. If you lose control of field side, if a few of your players sitting towards tin or plat die, having one guy on the flank who can either push through side door, push towards barrels, push from green, you get rid of him, all the cards are lining up for Minnesota Røkkr. They found themselves in this series now. Al-Bagra Fortress, hardpoint coming up. Will be an interesting one. Røkkr find themselves with a bit of wind in their sails. Coaching team getting into the heads of their players now. Coordinating what they're going to do in map number 4. Seattle Surge will still be feeling confident. Hardpoint has been good from them all season long. Can Røkkr pull something out of the fire here still? Backs against the wall, very much so. They have found a map. This one will not be easy.
We talk about it many times in Call of Duty Ton. You forget about that last map. Seattle will just put that one to bed. They won't worry about it for the rest of the series. And to be honest with you, I don't think Røkkr will either. It was scrappy, to say the best. It was not clean, and it was definitely something for VOD review. There were a little bit of mistakes all the way through for both teams, but Røkkr stay alive. The hard point up next could be an issue, though. Seattle Surge have looked very, very good.
I mean, it's both these two teams pick. I mean, typically, when we talk about that, in the sense of like the most pit map for both these two teams is Fortress Hardpoint, when it has come down to Hardpoint specifically. Both teams feeling confident. But for both teams, last time around, they both lost it by very, very similar margins. Toronto and LAT were the ones who did take them down this month. This is how the series has transpired so far. If you cast your minds back to map number 1 in HyDra, rotation's just not quite there for Røkkr. Kind of beating it every single facet. Seattle Surge, a couple of opportunities though that they just have held a little bit better, found one more kill. It's potentially a very different scoreline. So what is Fortress Hardpoint going to throw up? All about those rotations again. Something we're going to have to highlight all the way through. You've got a guy like that on your team in Pred. Art is really going to be where this game is won and lost, where Pred can find some routes. Can he find the kills onto Afro? Can he stop those players causing issue? It's an interesting one for Seattle Surge. How are they feeling after that control? Still going to be feeling confident, surely, heading into a hardpoint.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are. For Seattle Surge, this feels like a playground sometimes for them. It's got better records for Seattle. It's not great, obviously, for Minnesota Røkkr. But who wants it more? Who's ready to go the distance? Who is feeling it on the day? That could be the decider time.
It's an interesting one. Plenty of repetition from both these two teams on these maps. Every single one of them, to be honest with you. And how's it going to go this time around for these two squads? Looking over towards the statistics, the standouts are that Surge are the #1 breaking team in the game. Minnesota the #2 whole team. So it's going to be about those breaks, and while Fame kicking it off nicely, Mack and Pred falling down. There should be P1 control for Minnesota Røkkr from the rip. Rotations are something that Røkkr have struggled with on this map specifically, and just in general. Gonna need to rotate strongly here against Surge, and then just try and hold it down.
Already can see Seattle trying to up the pressure just a little bit. Getting into bottom hard and start to go to work on the slaying side. Cammy trying to hold them off as much as he can. He keeps finding kills, but they don't have the hill.
Accuracy. Bottom have no angles and no life. Let's continue trying to pick up points over towards P1. Good kills coming in though, and that's the spawn over towards P2 for Afro. The rest of his team out there, the stun check will come in though. That spawn may well have helped him out, and we'll continue to. Staying alive as we head over towards stage hard point if we can. Pred will find the kill, but it's going to be the players that are going to be coming through the double gates. Let's see which way this one's going to go.
Already you can tell the Seattle Surge are hurting Røkkr all over the place, but it all depends about these points. Can they get in here at this time? And realistically, there's nothing there for Røkkr. Seattle Surge have locked this one up tight.
Hard break now for Minnesota Røkkr. From this side, it's just so difficult to break from, but you don't want to really give up those P3 rotations. But through the front doors, Cammy finding the second one at accuracy is absurd. But Mack is there to pick up the pieces. Players weak across the board, but Fame will find two of his own, forcing them away. Spawns there for Minnesota Røkkr over towards P3, but Surge are fighting for it as well. 25 seconds, but huge fights going on over towards P3. Scrap time's going to go to Røkkr. These fights must go Røkkr's way if they want this rotation. They will do everything coming up. Minnesota Røkkr there.
They've locked it up completely, and right now Fame is just having fun. He's fighting for the scrap time, will eventually fall out of it. And now Seattle have the unenviable task. Can they break this? It's a hard break at the best of times.
Fame now on the respawn will just try to watch the crossy. You'll butter them up as they find a way through the maps, pushing towards gate. Fame off the respawn will do the same again. We'll try and find the flank. The push comes through. Bance will deal with the first one. Fame actually going to spawn up at least team towards the back. The shots are in. It's a good hold from Røkkr so far. And those rotational gunfights, I mean, I can't say how important they were. It can matter to a full 60 points here. And with Minnesota Røkkr picking up the scrap time, everything works out in their favor. Still locking this down. 30 seconds gone. Seattle haven't had a sniff.
Haven't managed to break through. There are signs of weakness there, but the defense remains resolute. Eventually, Pred finds Afro, and Afro shouldn't win that one, and he doesn't. But now the shoe's on the other foot. Minnesota Røkkr may be pinned in here. You can see Seattle Surge, they spread across this map.
That is the small caveat. If you're Minnesota Røkkr now, you're probably going to be running into fire as soon as you come out the gates. There you go. Prime example. Simp finding 2. Pred sitting over towards the top outside, and Bance will find just a small gap in the car to find a small gap for Minnesota Røkkr to find their way out and over towards B4. Pred lingering as he often does. FaZe will find him. Minnesota Røkkr have not done too bad. They get themselves in this position. Maybe we'll need to slow down. Afro finds one, dips out, dies. CDL Surge, hold on.
They're still putting the pressure through. Simp almost finds a collateral. Not going to find everything he wants, though. Life eventually will trickle back into his bar. And now it's going to be all about the pressure. I'll tell you something, Røkkr are keeping this one a little bit competitive. They are just continuing, unrelenting into this point. Seattle Surge keep killing them, and they keep reappearing.
Fast spawns for Røkkr, though. Walking away, licking their wounds. Over towards Blacksmith. I tell you what, they've not done too badly here at all. 15 seconds to go. They're going to continue to extend this lead. Great job from Røkkr. So you pick up the full 60 on 3, the scrap on 2 alongside of it, and then a good chunk of time is denied by Røkkr to Surge. It was looking like a good rotation. This one's looking like a good rotation as well. CDL Surge locking down the Blacksmith. Plenty of trophies around. Spawns towards the back for Røkkr. Spawns towards the front. Potential pinch being set up by Bance, who's on a 3 spray himself, but the 3 kills coming in for Surge. It's going to slow down this push from Røkkr.
Yeah, nothing for Minnesota. Not a whisper of anything. They don't have any map control. You can even see Seattle Surge now. They're in powerful positions. They sit still and all wait. Right, eventually moving to find out player turns back out, guns him completely. And while they say that, Minnesota Røkkr have found a few kills on the map.
I know like the respite. Start to find these kills to keep everyone away. Mack now backing on down. Cammy, Bance doing well though. I think for Minnesota Røkkr, but they haven't had these rotations. They've at least limited Surge to very, very little. Bance wouldn't have minded one more kill to add the cruise missile to his arsenal, but the spawns towards the back for Røkkr. As we head into a second rotation of hills, it's going to be a solid 30 or so point lead for the Minnesota Røkkr.
Now, Seattle Surge, they have this rotation. They are trailing, but not by much. Let's find out how they are coping with Røkkr with the Seattle Surge. Listen in.
I'm on the use your cross. Stay down. Tell you, got me. Bottom up behind me. Bottom up, step. Nice. One on time, one. I'm going upstairs.
Okay, we spawn gate.
Stay left. And just shoot down. You can't die.
Is there side time?
Time, how much I get me? Time. Nice.
Let's upstairs. Dub.
That's the one front art. One's open.
Upstairs in front art.
Open.
Front art dead.
Nice. One more time.
Rails, one shot. Back rows, fan.
Time weak, Afro.
Time and top rows.
Shot time.
Backside time, Afro.
Bottom out, dead on me. Their side time. One more their side time. One bottom out.
I'm going stage.
Meet Mack, chow.
Dead.
Nice. That's 2. Bane was like real touch time. I'm in the corner top rows.
Front art. Going bottom art. Bottom art, bench. Bottom art, bench. Bottom art, bench and rails.
Okay, one's rails and one on rows.
No, he keeps side door.
He got me. He's on the stage.
He's watching the cross.
Side door bench.
Okay, we gotta work the P1.
Yeah.
Hit front, guys.
Can't see the guy. Come to the P1 truck. Cammy, challenge open. He's trying to bottom out.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to hop up.
I'm gonna go front with Dante.
He's gonna hold the hop behind the hops probably.
So left side stage.
I'm stuck, you watch out. Watch out.
Top rails. Really good top rails. He's
Backside stage.
I don't see the guy stage.
He's left side, back of it.
I'm waiting for you guys.
Side door weak. Both sides push.
Side door in front. Side door in front.
Do that.
Side door hit open.
Side door and open. There's 3 on hold.
Side door open.
Nice.
In between, Mack, in between.
I shot in between.
One
Behind the stage.
Behind the stage, in between.
Behind the stage.
I have the hold open.
Okay, behind the stage, in between.
Make sure don't flip.
Yeah, I'm gonna back shot.
Stage.
Back. Down to the.
Nice.
Single.
Go two. We can do this.
Go run him.
Last guy's top maps, man.
Go. They're gonna be P1.
Maps, dead. Nice.
We're gonna be
P1,
guys.
P1,
Change the shit. Bump me quick.
Go. They're all P1.
Yeah, my
I got one.
I got one gate.
You have maps now? You have maps?
Yeah, I'm top art right now, guys.
One top maps.
Okay.
Hold it in here. I think it's top maps. I'm
gonna go play.
I have to go play time. I have to go front time, Max. Yeah, I'm
I have
looking
your
at it.
gate, guys.
Two stage.
We can stick to this shit.
Two stage.
Listen, I'm hiding top
One
art.
top art, 2 stage.
I'm hiding top art.
Seattle Surge not feeling the frustration they must there in the comms. Minnesota Røkkr did pull ahead into a commanding lead, but they've gone P2 straight into P3. Seattle Surge in a great position now to hold this one down, and Mack gets a very vital kill there in the end. They are clearing the lines. A 40 here will bring this back to almost a tie game.
Close spawn for Røkkr. Seattle towards the back as well, though. So it's going to be a firefight over towards the point. Pred running out of bullets. Fame taking Simp up the point. All of a sudden, there's the break from Røkkr. We didn't see it last time from Seattle, and now you can farm them off the spawn if you're Cammy. There's two. Seattle, 25 seconds till you go. You're going to have to give that up. It's going to be about 220 to 139. Seattle Surge need to be pretty much perfect the rest of the game.
And now they're waiting. They're trying to lock them in, but there is a person who slipped the net. Name of Benjamin Bance. Can he find anything here as well? He does find accuracy. This will throw Seattle Surge into a little bit of disarray. They weren't expecting them to be out so soon. And they need perfect card. They need to shut the door on the Røkkr.
Brilliant hold here puts them back into the game. But it's so difficult with the way that Røkkr have been breaking these hills in this map. Seattle Surge, what can you do? Bance towards the back is maybe going to be the catalyst for the rest of the team inside of Art. We'll find one, we'll dip out. The rest of the team will probably flow on through with them, but Pred being a nuisance. But Bance on the flank, can he find the second? Yes, he can. The break is there for Røkkr.
Not even getting into it yet. They haven't got the points, they haven't got the time. It's still a pretty close game between these two as they just throw everything into it. Afro looking for Simp, cannot find the shoulder. Somebody jump in the point.
I mean, for Røkkr, though, it's a win, isn't it? Seattle Surge had the transition, they had the rotation. They are getting very little from this. Røkkr now will soak up more and more time, this scrap. Every single second that goes over towards them is potential other nail in the coffin for Seattle Surge in this map in particular. Røkkr now are going to be about 15 points away as we head over towards Blacksmith. Afro kicking into action. That killing the Pred is upset. The break is wonderful. Minnesota Røkkr might want to say a game 5 yet.
That was outrageous from Afro. The hot snapper may have just put this to a game number 5. Already you can see them piling forward. It's 5 seconds to destiny. Seattle Surge hold Blacksmith for now. But can they do it for the rest of the game?
It's going to be difficult. But 30 seconds here puts them at 200. But 5 points is absolutely nothing. It's a minor, small break, which is what's now coming on through Røkkr inside the point. Seattle, not close enough. Game 5, we go again.
And it's a resurgence, a rebirth, like the phoenix of old. Røkkr have defied the odds. Nobody thought this was going game 5. Nobody thought there was life in a team that has faced a deluge of criticism. But we have one more map on Friday at the Major. How else could it end?
Neither one of these teams respecting our neighbours in any sense of the imagination, Pricey. A map number 5. It's late here in the UK, but we're enjoying the Call of Duty. 250 to 176. The breaking from Røkkr was superb. They kind of set the tone, didn't they? I mean, the double kill from Fame comes in right off the rip. Minnesota Røkkr can get some decent time at P1. Rotation towards P2, yeah, okay. It's 50-50, but the fact that they push from open and closed, and still find as much time, and then flip it, and then get the rotation and the scrap time. Everything just seemed to flow the right way for Minnesota Røkkr. They played that one superbly. And now you have a map number 5 that Seattle Surge are not confident on. The reverse sweep is on the cards to send Seattle Surge home at major number 4. Couldn't happen, could it, Bryce?
Hey, people always forget last Friday was magic at major number 3 in Texas. And major number 4, it could hold that same secret special stuff. But only time will tell us. Speaking of time, it's time for a break. Don't go anywhere. Map 5, last one of the day, is coming up right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League, and I might need to go see a priest because there is no rest for the wicked. We have gone the distance. Today has been long, but it has been glorious. One map remains though. We say goodbye to Minnesota Røkkr or Seattle Surge, and S&D is all that stands between us.
Oh god, having you in your opening lines to bring me right back down to earth. Here we go, map number 5.
Trust me that it was better than the other one I had. Anyway,
let's save it for another time.
Here it all goes.
Here we are. Look, I mean, both these two teams not necessarily the best of records. Seattle Surge, very, very low in terms of Rocket. His play time on this specifically. But the first bloods are an interesting one. Very, very low for both sides, but the Surge, when they do find these first bloods, their conversion rate is the best in the league. Problem is that they just don't find them that often. So it's going to be about these first bloods. Very, very important. Search or destroy at all times. Maybe a little bit more important here. Map number 5, last game of the day. Let's get into it.
82 days since the last reverse sweep in the CDL. As a pre-fire on a statistic that may or may not come true. The Seattle Surge, they've taken restaurant control. Minnesota Røkkr, they have not been pushing the boat out. In fact, they're dropping the bomb and switching it over to Fame.
Afro just going to play the island, linger around as the rest of his team try to construct something over towards A. Saber's got good eyes on. Afro will get dealt with. That island no longer has a population. Bance finds Pred though in the middle of the map. Now Bance can get moving over towards the bedroom side. Got shots from Cammy. That should be A plant coming on through for Minnesota Røkkr. Curiosity and Mack, can you find a retake?
It's a long bomb from him, and he does manage to find a little bit onto Fame. So he'll be weak for a few seconds, but Cammy can't cover. It's a 2 versus 2 accuracy. Actually, it's 2 versus 1. All that's left. And it actually finds the first, but it's going to need more than ice to find this.
He's got a lot of time. 20 seconds, not going to happen. Shots coming on through. Røkkr. Get the job done. Easy enough for them. Bance just lingering around. And as soon as he gets himself in the bedroom and that bomb goes down, I mean, it's pretty much the round, right? So difficult for Seattle to retake in that scenario. Unless you wrap all the way background over through glass. Check every single corner. There's a lot of them. So difficult to try and do something about it. So first blood over towards Røkkr. Nice run from them. 2 from Bance, 2 from Cammy. They continue their sprees heading into round number 2. Look at this from Seattle Surge. Fast over towards A. That bomb's going to be going down very, very quickly. Fame has eyes on. Probably going to have to back down in a second, but Seattle with bomb control.
Fame almost got himself into a premium position, but wallbang isn't going to work. The bomb has gone down. They're trying to tickle Mack out of this one. Eventually, Cammy will find it.
It's about these gunfights on transition. Seattle Surge still buried in deep as this bomb is down, but look at the movement from Afro. You'll find Pred, but Simp lines them up 2v2.
In a good position as well. Fame is outmatched here as well, and his teammate's going to fall. Fame, very little he can do. The snaking is in. He picks up the Vaz, looks for him and flies out, but actually already has the cover. They lost the first blood, but they got the round.
Nicely done. It's all about Simp. Finds a minimum of 2 in that round. It's the push that comes through from mid. It's very, very difficult to retake when those players are over towards, well, either the guard heady over towards the benches. Very, very difficult retake in that situation. If you can't materialize something from the bedroom side, it's always difficult when that mid-map control, which Røkkr went for initially, doesn't pay off. Really good job from Seattle to tie things up. Feel like we're going to have a back and forth one here. Might as well send us through round 11 now. Bryce, are you feeling it?
I'm always feeling more Call of Duty. But whether or not we go that far remains to be seen. Tied up at the moment. But many rounds, and Afro's in much trouble. Down he falls to Pred again. Another first blood here for Seattle Surge.
Seattle on their defenses are sending a lot of players over towards that B side. A lot of restaurant control. I think that'll be because, well, can you prevent the B push if they're not ready for you to take that restaurant control, or you can then transition that into either a flank over towards it, you can transition into mid, you can transition into couches where Sib is just reigning supreme right now. It's 3 in a row from him. That bomb plant. It's going to be difficult for Røkkr now. Going to materialize anything here as Bance will take him down 2v3.
Still, they don't have the position. They know their flank isn't secure. Mack is about to just find an easy kill as Bance slow peeks him. Cammy's going to go for a same wide chout. Hoping to get this bomb back, and Mack is all right, fine. I'll sit here, I'll hold 9 all day.
Easy stuff. As soon as those first couple of kills come through, it's always difficult. Afro he's having a hard time. It seems like he's being, I don't want to say singled out because he is that player who can play that role. He sits on the flank, he waits for other players to try and make the push, and then he can reflank himself. That's kind of what they want him to do. The dead silence popped, cause havoc. But on multiple occasions here, Seattle Surge are sending a lot of members over towards that B side. Doing their homework. Minnesota Røkkr obviously preferring the A push, as many teams do. I wonder if we'll see a change up from either one of these squads on the attack shortly. Accuracy, 4 spree.
Now, can they find anything? Simp finds another kill. It's first blood, but it's traded back for them. Now, a 2 versus 3, Seattle Surge, while finding a first blood, have found themselves on the back foot.
Bomb in a woeful position. Sib just hoping for an overextension. May well get it here. The shots will ring through. Not much info. They know the bomb's there. Yeah, accuracy going to fall as well. Sib 1v3. So back and forth. It's really been about restaurant control. Whoever's been able to get a hold of that seems to be winning the round. Come hell or high water, Røkkr find a way back into this one. They will not go out quietly, Bryce.
I am so glad they didn't double chal it. I could just see it happening. I was terrified. I was like, please don't let Simp get another 2-piece. But Røkkr, they had the same thoughts. They're like, you know what? We're not going to try it. We're just going to back off.
Cammy and Co. Slowly and steadily working this one away to think where we were in control. It's how it really felt like nothing Røkkr could do would actually elongate this series. Now 2-2 on map number 5. A lot of A control for Seattle Surge. Fame should be dead to rights. 0-5 from him. Other team here to back him up. They are not. Pred with a second. Absurd from him. Røkkr flailing in round number 4.
Seattle are being aggressive. They are finding this first blood. It may be all even on the scoreboard, but it feels like Seattle have been in control of this S&D almost every single round.
This was good before. Not so good now. Round number 5. Sip with the shots in. We'll clean up on Cammy. They know where Afro is in this 1 versus 3. Pred will fly them. It's another kill for Pred in the round. And when you can get Pred in those positions, right? Sometimes a little bit difficult on Hotel to get them up close and personal. Those slayers, those creators who can just pull something out of nothing. If you can get Pred in those positions, utility used well from Seattle over from the bedroom side. Get Pred, open their faces. It's danger time for Minnesota. Rounds being traded. Back and forth, back and forth.
Well, Seattle Surge with 1 round advantage. Can they make this 2? Can they put it into a great position for them? It's aggressive this time. They're already moving. Do they go for the early plant?
Stun yourself is not going to help. Going for that early plant. Fame will find his first kill on the cross. So that bomb plant not quite coming through, but do they believe that that was the bomb who pushed over? And will they know where Pred is here? On a 3 spree. He popped the dead silence to get to this position. So Minnesota Røkkr are going to be living dangerously if they try to find a retake over towards this side. Cammy may well be the first one here. But it looks like they do have eyes on bomb. Not panicking just yet.
Pred moves, but Cammy isn't going to catch him. It goes back down to a 3 versus 3. Bomb will go down. Dead silence coming out of Cammy here as well. Pred, though, in a position in top bedroom. They're going to find it. Does he find the second? Of course he does. Spinning all over Røkkr. And now accuracy will tidy up that last kill. 4-2 to Surge.
And I wonder what the play call is there, to be honest with you. Afro pushes through the mid lane after Cammy already sees one top bedroom. Is it maybe just too late to turn around at that stage? Because if that's me, I mean, I'm not pushing over towards the desk if I know there's somebody from the opposition team in top bed. I mean, it's just a free kill.
I think because Pred was weak, they weren't expecting him to do anything. They may have expected Pred just to hide and try to recover some health, but Pred went, oh, I'll go hide in bedroom and, oh, okay, there's somebody in information. I'll just go clean up that kill as well.
Yeah, hindsight's a wonderful thing, I suppose. Pred, 5 spree. Starting to heat up in this series. I don't want to say he's been quiet, but hasn't necessarily lit up the stage as he so often does. Maybe that's just our high expectations coming up from a player like him. But Seattle Surge with a little bit of a cushion now. First time we've seen any more than a 1 round gap. Sent up with plenty of presence in the middle of the map, as they so often do. It's rare that we see them setting over towards the bedroom side in any sort of number, but here comes Pred for number 6. Cruise missile back pocket out as well. Just times it to absolute perfection. Røkkr starting to flap just a little bit now. 3v4.
Trying to slow pick this as well, and FaZe will take Simp off of there as well, but they know there's a top bedroom player. Cammy will find another, somehow rescuing this round, but Mack is about to put them down. He finds a kill, brings it back to a 2 versus 2, and because he's on the pinch, it's a little bit of a disaster.
Oh, Røkkr have just made the call. They made the call. They're like, right, screw it, let's go to B. Is Pred going to catch them? No. Dead silence popped, and this is trouble because there's not a lot of time to plant this bomb. Pred might be able just to be able to get inside and stop this from going down.
He's looking for him as well, and he jumps straight in. Goes down to 1 versus 1. Mack will go straight for this with the timer ticking, surely.
He's going to get it down. He's going to get it down. He's going to get it down. Mack's going to go for the reach out the same angle, and Afro's going to gun him.
Mack was trying to scare Afro off the bomb. Afro said, nah, wait a minute. Let me plant this and I'll take care of you, son.
0.4, 0.5 on the clock. Mack with the child. Afro says thank you very much. In that situation, if you're Mack, you're either going to stick to your twist, you're either going to wait and just hold it out, or you've got to just push for the bomb. Afro actually got off it after initially starting the plant, and then got back on it again with just, and I mean just enough time. Røkkr now onto the defensive side of things. Look at this from Surge. Big hit towards B.
Stun check, doesn't hit anybody. Don't know if Røkkr know. They might have heard them though.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Røkkr are setting up differently. Has been over towards the middle of the map for the most part, but that is more passive because they know something's going on over towards this B side. Afro has to be everything from Røkkr. If Seattle Surge do choose to make this push, so the cruise missile will come in. Is that going to cause any issue? Not quite, but it is going to force them inside, and Seattle Surge can start to make a move. Pretty much undeterred. Cammy is going to be the one who finds the information first. He's held on tight, rightfully so. Does he see it? Does he see him?
Oh, they're trying to just play the angles here. It's Cammy and Bance in a crossfire. And Max says, all right, I can't do this. And now they're going to rotate again.
That's a lot of time burned. Afro's held tight. Did Røkkr know that the transition is coming, though? Pred's already looking for that transition, gets no information, but shots are being fired towards him. What's the plan for Seattle? 15 seconds.
Somebody has to get Mack in a position. Pred is going to go hunting. He's looking for Bance, but Bance has called it. And now they're going to have to plant. They don't know if they have the cover. They're going to look for it as well. Bance and Fame combining. Seattle Surge burnt the time and burnt their chances. Røkkr have tied it up.
And just indecisiveness from Surge. I think the problem is, though, they get very little information. Røkkr play so passively on the defensive side of things that Seattle do not know what to do. As soon as they make the push over towards A and shots are starting to be fired, it's like, oh, bloody hell, we do not have much time to do this. What do we do? Flip back over towards B. Røkkr hold the line. They don't misstep. They don't give them any opportunities. Pred's trying to make the plays himself, but Bance must have just caught a glimpse of him making the push and knows he can just sit back, find the gunfight. 4-4. You need the bomb, Røkkr. Don't forget that again.
Oh, God. Surely not. Again here, but the first blood is already gone. It's a trade back once again. Afro finds the second. Røkkr. Go get the bomb. It is very necessary for S&D. And has been scooped by Fame.
Huge gunfight here. Afro's waiting for him. He's going to find it on the Pred. 1v3 now for Mack.
Does he get some god timing? Because that's what he wants. Find a kill, get an opportunity, and oh my goodness! Afro, not a bullet missed.
Dead silence.
It's plausible. They won't know where he's coming from, but he knows there's going to be snakes in here. Goes through, gets the stun, changes direction. Bang one, catches a toe.
Such a hard position to try and find the pitch from, though. Grenade over towards one. They're just going to bait and switch left to right. Gets another 1 versus 3 on the cards.
Oh! It's a great snap from Mack, but it is not going to be enough. Røkkr sweating buckets. Those chairs are going to need a wipe down after this because that was close.
Whew. A bullet or so more. And it's an absurd 1 versus 3 from Mack. So close. The snap onto Afro at the start of the 1 versus 3 was absurd. But ultimately, all roads have led to this now. Røkkr, 5-4 up. Is it their time? Is it the first reverse sweep? And what has been a very, very long time. Can Røkkr hold down the defense or do Surge send us to around 11?
Mack's already gone down. That's first blood here for Røkkr. Seattle Surge have lost control. They did not get bedroom, which is what they were aiming for. And all Røkkr have to do now is be cautious. Hold the angles, find another kill, give them the advantage. Pred versus Bance. Gets the stun onto Pred. Definitely not going to follow that one up.
But Pred, is he able to make a play here? Oh, they may well chase him down and they get punished for it. Sip answered back 3 versus 3.
Don't know if that was wise. Yeah, taking Pred out of the game is always big, but you had the man advantage. Time ticking down for Seattle Surge as Pred falls eventually. 2 versus 3. Røkkr can smell the juices of victory flowing. Accuracy also going to take a few bullets, but not going to fall down. Cammy's going to fall back down to a 2 versus 2. I don't know if my heart can take this.
That bomb has to be moving towards here, though. Are they going to get some good timing or some bad timing or accuracy? Who gets no information? The push is coming through. Sib is screaming in accuracy. Help me out with 15 seconds to go. The bomb plan has gone down. Accuracy 1v2.
Has to find them both, has to plant. Fame's going to see him as well and got him! And that's the reverse sweep! Røkkr caused the first upset of the major! Seattle Surge fall! They fall! Oh my goodness! And it is a reverse sweep. It is a game that we didn't think they would win. I do not have the words, the adjectives, the metaphors, or the similes to describe what I've just seen. Holy mother of God.
It's a long time since we've seen a reverse sweep. It's a long time since we've seen Røkkr win a series against a top team. Seattle Surge, their woes kind of continue. It's been an up and down season. This is as low as it gets. But credit to Røkkr. Think about the play from Bance in round number 4 of the control. The brilliant hard point in map number 4. And some of those rounds and clutch up situations where Røkkr just get the job done. Everyone's sharing the load in this one for Minnesota Røkkr, a 6-4 victory on Hotel, Search and Destroy. But the Death said it. If they can get to a map number 4 and map number 5, they have a chance. And boy, did they show it, a 6-4 victory. I think it was a really close search. There was back and forth all the way.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I think it was a little bit sloppy maybe from both teams. Seattle Surge just made more mistakes in the end. And that's really what you get it down to. If you think how close this has been, HyDra, Seattle Surge, fine. Fortress, 6-4 to Surge. The control was seconds away from ending it right there. And if it was a 3-0 to Surge at that point, nobody would have been surprised. The surprise was the Fortress hard point where Røkkr took over. And then an S&D. Røkkr survived till Saturday. They reverse sweep Seattle Surge. It's a miracle. It's the major. It's magic. My God, I love COD.
Oh man, honestly, it's way past my bedtime, but what a series to end the night. I mean, look, I really did expect Seattle to be coming in and confidently taking that one, but the control is ultimately what turns it on its head. Hey, look, Røkkr are here to play it now, and that's going to set them up for potentially a loser's bracket run. Well played to Røkkr. Surge, bow out.
They certainly do. Well, it's over to our Monster Energy Winners Spotlight. I believe Ali's on the floor with Cammy.
It is me. Welcome, guys. I'm joined by Cammy. I mean, an incredible reverse sweep. I know you must be so tired of it because Minnesota Røkkr seems to be the franchise that always ends up going down to the 2 in the series, and you guys never let the foot off the gas and always fight your way back in. And touching to that point, what is it like handling kind of the nerves for you and your team as it is, as you've been a pro player for quite a bit now?
Yeah, no, I think you just got to, like, relax and calm down. Obviously, it gets really stressful as the series goes on, especially if you're 2-0 down, especially in losers bracket. Stress is at an all-time high. You just got to take deep breaths, take it one map at a time, and that's what we did.
Amazing. And, you know, speaking to that point as well, Minnesota Røkkr, what would you kind of say y'all's biggest asset is as a team right now, whether it's a player, a play style, a game mode, anything?
I think, well, honestly, our game modes have been pretty inconsistent, I think. I think control's obviously been really strong for us this year, which is obviously an important game mode to be good at. But, yeah, I think just, you know, Marcus and Ben are just making the plays as SMGs is probably our most important thing. Me and Kev just fill the gaps and make the plays when needed. But, yeah, probably Marcus and Ben, just they're our playmakers, and Ben was making some unreal plays, sneaking through on the Fortress there on the P4 to pretty much win us the game. So plays like that is what's going to win us games.
And of course, Cammy, I mean, we hear Cold War Cammy this, Cold War Cammy that. You are an incredible player with a very, very high ceiling. What is that pressure like for you when you hear people bring up like, oh, is he getting back to this form? What kind of level do you feel you yourself as a player at right now?
I think I'm still getting there. I think it's very frustrating for me, especially when I know like my ceiling. This obviously a bit annoying, but at the end of the day, I think I do get better as the games go on, and it's getting to this point in the game. So, yeah, I just got to keep working on myself, and I'll keep improving. I think I'm starting to feel the game pretty comfortably now.
Amazing. And one last question: what is better, the TAC or the Vaz?
Oh, the Vaz. It's not even close. The Vaz is the god gun.
One of us. Thank you so much, Cammy, for the interview. Congratulations on the huge reverse sweep. We will see you tomorrow. Back to the desk.
So jealous. Allie gets to hang out with Cammy, who I did not expect to be in the winner's circle after the beginning of that game 3.
You get to hang out with me.
Well, I do get to hang out with Joey
cool.
D. And the best news is Maven is staring at us on that side of the glass. But we got Nameless here in the studio, and let's wrap up tonight pretty quick here. This series should not have gone 5 games.
No.
But the Røkkr survive. They never went away, and they're playing on a Saturday with top 6 already locked in.
Absolutely. I mean, Seattle could have closed it out. I mean, that's back-to-back offenses that we saw from the Minnesota Røkkr. In the first one, we saw Bance some heroic efforts, and then in the next one, like, they get pushed up. Afro is 1 shot behind the truck, and he jumps out and guns Simp. They stack, and they win there, and then you could just feel it, man. It was like that was the map that they needed. They're 9-0 on the map going against another great Asilo control team. They steal that, and then they have the advantage going into the next 2 maps. They win that Fortress, and then it's a game 5. You start to believe in yourselves versus a team like Seattle Surge, who has had search and destroy struggles in the past, and we just saw them win Hotel SNE in their last series. What do we see, Joe? The splits to the bombs, their B-push is so good when they get that bomb down.
No, and again, you know, they started this map slow. It was similar when they played London. They were down 0-2. This one, they were down 2-4. They rip off 4 in a row, but that 1 versus 1, I mean, Afro able to get that bomb down and then guns Mack. I mean, if Mack wins that or he can't get the bomb down 2-5, it's probably done.
100%. I mean, that's a massive win. And now for Seattle Surge, you have an amazing online split. You come here, you lose to FaZe, go to losers, get bumped out by the Røkkr. Might be thinking roster change time, but for now, we're singing the praises of Minnesota Røkkr.
You want a fun fact coming in? You only had 2 Game 5 victories on the season if you were the Røkkr, a 2-5 overall. They get their Game 5 victory over the Surge and are officially in our top 6. We find out who they'll play tomorrow as OpTic will face off against Subliner. Loser of that match will drop down. Loser of Thieves FaZe will play the winner of Ultra Mutineers. Now you know how it's all going to work. Let's talk about what else went down throughout the day. Walk me through some of the big highlights, and let's start here with your favorite player on the day. Did you have anyone who deserves our day 2 MVP?
Man, so many different games today. I'm trying to think back. Like in the first series, Pred had an incredible performance. He was just going off. But yeah, I mean, I'd probably go the entire Minnesota Røkkr squad, man. Just being able to clutch up versus Seattle Surge, a contending champion in this event, is huge for me.
I like that. Another team that's still in the running is our 12th-seeded Florida Mutineers. Winless in the qualifiers, they come in and send the Legion packing. 9th through 12th for Clayster and crew. Fellow will be playing on a Saturday.
I mean, that is my son right there, though. Javi, Vickle, I mean, just having a great series here individually, right? Is back in the roster with having, you know, taking a step back in a big one here. I mean, Vegas, they're obviously trying to lock in that 8th seed. But Florida with an upset in a game number 5. So super excited to see Vickle back in the lineup.
That was the start of our day as it started with upsets, and those upsets, well, they kept coming. As we take a look at the second battle, it was LAG versus Surge. we didn't expect a Game 5. LAG gave us a hell of a battle, but Surge came out on top at the end.
Yeah, this is why I initially started that answer with Brett. He had 119 kills in this series. It is a broken record once again by this man. But yeah, LAG took them to the limit, man. It went all the way to the Game 5, and they actually won an S&B Game 5 for once if you're Surge, and then we kept it pushing.
But the losses mean no more points are scored. Los Angeles Guerrillas still in 11th place with just one major to go before champs. Surge gets the win there, but that was their last of the night. London Royal Ravens facing off against the Røkkr. Well, Røkkr gets 2 dubs. The easiest one came against the Royal Ravens. As you look back at this series, I was amazed by Fame in Game 1, but it looked like everyone started to chime in for the squad.
No, they absolutely did. Everyone was really stepping up, and this is where you're seeing that expo control, and then you have to veto that. You play them on a CeeLo. This is where that control game mode Cammy was talking about is so strong right now for Minnesota Røkkr.
If you're looking for teams that could be playing on Sunday, well, one of them is in the battle that we saw at the middle match on the day. That's right, Toronto versus Boston. Let's get to it. Can we get here? Thank you. 217 to 159. You saw Ultra closing this one out. Some fantastic snaking. Scrapz was on one. Despite the rest of his team going negative in hardpoint, he drops a 1.4. They start off with that Game 1, and they close out the breach at 3-1 on the day.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup because when you look at it online, Breach beat them twice, once in both stages. So, going into it, Breach was probably pretty comfortable and confident, but Toronto Ultra on land, man, like Scrapz said, he called them onliners. He took over within this series, won both the hard points, so changes that record of 2-4 against them in that game mode, and now they're setting up their run here.
9 through 12 for Boston after dropping Vivid, trying to make a run
close.
Better than top 4. Didn't work out for them. Toronto Ultra currently in our top 8. How deep can they go in the rest of this event?
I mean, you said they're going to the final, so I think they have the ability to. They absolutely have the ability to get to a final, just one match at a time. And I think a big win like this versus Boston, your first match, that's what gets that momentum going.
Big shout out to everyone in the chat, especially the early birds who are here bright and early at 1 o'clock when we started the countdown. Tomorrow that countdown begins at 1 again. Headquarters kicks off at 1:15, and then I've got 5 matches starting with the losers bracket. Ultra versus Mutineers. Then we go to the winter semis with Thieves, FaZe, OpTic versus Subliners, and a whole lot more fun. Let's get our final thoughts here on day number 2, because we still have 2 more to go, officially halfway through. Ant, what have you learned?
Whew, loser bracket days are insane. This is a long day. I can't wait for more COD tomorrow. We're gonna have some bangers as we get into these top teams and see our contenders.
Joe, what did you learn today? Final thoughts?
Purple teams are real good today.
Purple team's crushing today.
That's all I got.
Tomorrow's Saturday,
won, didn't
and I got
they?
the red squads picking up some dubs. The bad news is they have to play against each other. Thank you all for tuning in. Put your channel points on the line. It all starts at 1.